I'm invincible and you can't touch me. You can go to hell. You can suck my balls. You can suck my balls. That's a reference to Lord of the Jimmy. I was actually trying to make that reference the entire playthrough, but I figured in case if I don't, especially when a star appears, I figured I'd do it here. Right. Then y'all got to enjoy my singing voice again. Sorry. Just noticed something. Anyway, next up, you see that volcano on the bottom right? We're heading there. And once, after that, that's Baz's Castle. We have to fight Tsar Dragon, Zombone, and the Axum Rangers. Yeah, they made a Power Ranger parody. Then again, that's kind of a trope in Japan anyway. Anyway, from last time, we ended up kicking the shit out of Culex way faster than I thought we could, so... So, here's something. So, in case if you wanted to know where to get the seed needed to get the laser shell, it was around here. Hold on. So I don't know whether it should. Oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah. You come here and there's usually going to be a Bezo here, and he gives that to you. However, you have to beat Valentina and Dodo first. Speaking of, so how do people like the Mario movie, Mario movie trailer? You know what? There we go. I like the Mario guys. I like that trailer. I am kind of iffy on like Brie Larson playing Rosalina, but that's just and people wonder, oh, how come Mary Gerald mad? Here's why. Because back before Captain Marvel came out, she opened her damn mouth and started insulting the fans. That's what she did. She threw that. She was the first one to throw that rock, which most people, a lot of people that are lefties are too stupid to realize that because they do that themselves. But yeah, she threw that rock and pissed people off, even to the point where her own co-stars didn't like her because she was messing that money up. That's the thing. I mean, it's like she was talking shit, and she just doubled and tripled down on it instead of apologizing. So she just she messed them up. She was messing her money up and their money up. And though the movie did well, it's still ended up losing out to the little battle angel in the end, and over time. But it's more like, how much better would it have done had she kept her mouth shut? The only reason why that movie did well in general is because it had the whole build up to Avengers Endgame. It was the one movie before Endgame would come out. And on top, and it doesn't help the fact that she's playing a character that a beloved character that people hated in recent years because the character had shitty comic run after shitty comic run. It was just, bad. That's the thing. So hopefully you learn to just, just shut your fucking mouth, sit your flat ass down, just do the fucking job. In this case, voicing Rosalina, and watch the money roll in. Especially since the Mario movie they make a shit ton of money. The first one made a shit ton of money. Probably the sequel was probably going to make more money. And I think, I forgot what beat it out. What made more money than it? There was one that did, but it took I think it was it the... I'm trying to think if it was the second Sonic movie, but I think that came out before the Mario movie. I forgot. Whatever. Still, made shit a ton of money, and even though the Mario movie, that movie was, I'll say it was average, it did what it was supposed to do. Just straight up be something for fans, and just something for people to enjoy. It's just, that's all I had to do, and it kind of helps when you have the creator being part of it. By the way, for anybody that watched it, did you catch the Charles Martinet cameo? Did you catch it? It's in there at the beginning of the movie. Anyway. Sorry, that's my alarm. It's 6 a.m. That's my alarm so that's why I know where that's from. It's from Street Fighter 2 Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo HD Remix, that version of the character select screen. But yeah, it's telling me probably should fucking get started. Be careful not to fall in the volcano. We have to get actually fucking good. Yeah, no wonder you have a hot spring. Yeah, that'd be nice to have a hot spring too if you're over a volcano. By the way, I'd want to know, okay. I know in video games and anime they show that if you're in a hot spring for too long you can get dizzy and maybe pass out. Is that an actual thing? I know in a sauna you can dehydrate and shit, which kind of makes a certain episode of Rugrats hit differently when you realize the baby's almost killed double their parents. But yeah. But I want to know if that's an actual thing. I've never been in a hot spring, so I don't know. Trying to hear that remix. Did they get Yoko Shimomura to do this or something? Because it sounds very Kingdom Hearts. Weren't tricking me. It's kind of funny, you know. It's kind of funny how the one that's like it's just deemed wrong and you end up losing it, that everything that you gain turns that it's a hedgehog. Anybody ever find that that a little you get it right? It's kind of a knockout Sonic. Yeah, for those of you who don't know. Those Sega and Nintendo were practically enemies back then. Okay, I dig that guitar there. You hear it? It needs no happiness. Why? Because you destroyed an immovable object. Oh, it says almost. sorry, that's sad. Yeah, I read those anime. I'm sure like most people are probably watching anime addicts. Except maybe a couple. I wasn't even paying attention. Your Spike's thoughts? I have no I don't know how to respond to that. I'll admit that was a trickier one. By the way, you do get experience for that. I feel that one's not for like more directed at me. Like, I think it's the first time I've seen a death animation in this game. By the way, they kept for that. They kept the name Migraine for that. By the way, you can't block it, but it's tricky though. Most insta kill moves are very difficult to block, and if you block it, you'll do no damage or like your HP down to 1. First try. Not the lava bubbles an actual enemy from Mario World. Yes. I'm that much of a fucking nerd. Thanks, Mario Mania Player's Guide. From like, what was it, like, what, 1989 or some shit? Somebody's more. Look, someone has a healthy routine. I'm like me trying to get all these everyone's thoughts. You know, I should make a drinking game and just take it. You know, I actually have a bit of a margarita in a can right now. Let me take a drink every time I do this. Let me do that right now. I think we've had like 7 of these little bonuses and stuff like that. Yeah, let me take a drink for each one while you enjoy the lovely music from Barrel Volcano. It didn't make it. I ran out. There, I just made the last one. We ain't at the boss yet.
Explosion love my ass. It's getting pissed off at me.
No, fuck me. God damn it. And without any use of the experience booster at all, Mario has reached cap. He's reached max level. Yeah, I just remembered that using Fire Punch Magic works on the undead. I was thinking, because Peach's, I know her best weapon in the game is a frying pan. I think it's Moleville. I gotta go back there. streak may have ended, but I still redeemed myself. Don't worry, that's a shot.
He's fat.
So if you don't know what those three are, those are like kind of figurines of like, I think the R-Wing from Star Fox, the Blue Falcon, and the Stingray from F-Zero. You know, it kind of took me a while just to kind of realize that. I didn't realize that until now. You know. The fact that I didn't realize that until now. God, I was stupid at 10 years old. We're ready to get to the boss fight, so hold on. I just want to hear more of that music one more time. Sorry, can you blame me? I love that tune that much, especially the original version with that fucking bass. That bass was fucking awesome. It's like, oh, yeah. That makes bass playing like badass as shit. Because look, most players bass playing is like isn't that badass. It's not even that cool. It made it cool. It's one of the few times where it is cool. No, seriously, I'm gonna say this. You know, challenge to anybody that watches this. Name a tune that has a really good bass that you liked. Okay? Doesn't matter if it's a video game soundtrack or not. Doesn't matter. Yeah, all right, Sergeant Dragon, come on out. We're gonna kick your fucking ass. Yeah, he's down. Come on, round 2. Oh shit, they did the celebration dance beforehand. Which didn't have an original game. He just went down and came back up as Zombone, but nope. Hey, yeah, that kind of makes you wonder. Is this where the whole Dry Bowser concept came from? So I find it funny that it's called therapy, and I'm like literally like going on a flight to the school just to get like more training as a counselor. Is that crazy? Alright, I'm back. Right there. I know what comes next. Because, of course, I played this game years ago. Fairyland, you're missing out, by the way. Anyway, so it's like, so here's the thing. I could jump that donut bridge back and save. But I know what happens next. Dealing with the next of Smith's enforcers, the Axum Rangers. It's 6:38 in the morning. I think I'll just beat him now. Reason? I don't intend to lose. Like the song from Chris Neosi puts it, I'm a game god. Denied. Because we know. Okay, that sound effect isn't nearly as cool as in the original. Yeah, they try to make it sound like they try to make that as like, let's make it sound Japanese, even though it's like, yeah, no, the original version of that sound effect was way cooler. It was 20% cooler. Yes, I said that on purpose. Fuck you. Damn. You didn't learn to lay off the mustache. Like, seriously. Cue the music. I love how they kept most of the original lines to this day. And there's the blade, that very thing that Jonathan mentioned. And that's what we're fighting. We're fighting them and the blade. We fight for evil. We live for disorder. We like what we do. We struggle for chaos. We are the Axum Rangers. Yeah, so here's the deal with them. Each one has their own little quirk. Red's the more like all-around guy. Pink's the healer. Black is one who attacks twice. Yellow's the one who does like the really big damage and stuff like she tried to do earlier. And green's basically the black mage. He'll do things like meteor, the meteor storm, so things like that. I'll have to pay for that thought, Pete, because I didn't think I'd take her out that fast. I usually take Red out last, but if you take him out beforehand, he just says my head's spinning. Okay, that's one line they altered because originally he'd say "eat your tongue," but whatever. It's so funny. Wow, even he admits it was wrong. There you go. Yeah, they found their little Megazord. Wait, geez. Not like it matters. Oh, they call it the Force Beam? They used to call it the Breaker Beam. Oh, they call Fire the Breaker. Yeah, they still call it Breaker Beam. Dude, it looks cool. Wow, they actually made it look cool. Because it didn't look cool in the original. They made it look cool here. And it's over. Weird. Yep. Time to get off. Took out a whole ship. As well as 5 machine idiots. Now give it. Well, the star piece survives, so I guess it's indestructible. But yeah, give it to me. Want it. There's only one left. It's technically not in Baldur's Keep. It kind of is, but isn't at the same time. It's in Smithy's factory, and Smithy has it. Or also known as Kaijudo in Japanese. Yeah. Whew. Finish that shit. I want to try to find something real quick. One other thing. They all rip on him for the nose. But I think the reason why that's there for everybody to like try to, if you want 100% all the thought peaks, mainly because, for example, in Smithy's factory, there's like 2 bosses. I forgot the name of one. I think it's Poker and the other is Domino. Now you can dominate them both. However, you kill one, the other goes to a mount. So a snake mount, and the snake mount depends on which one was still alive. So you would always miss out on one. That's why I said in the very first part that when you're trying to 100% thought peak that it probably wasn't possible. I mean, but in this version, it is. I can Dodo. The infamous frying pan. So you want to know why in Smash Brothers Beach has like 3 weapons, like a tennis racket, golf club, frying pan. Yeah, that's where the frying pan came from. Yeah. It's also the best weapon for her in the game, better than the Super Slap. Here, let me also show you something else real quick. Where's well to climb the Booster's Tower again? I'll try to do that as quickly as possible. That's where Valentina ended up. She ended up with Booster. The hell did he say to her? Huh. Sir, really? He just said something to her and she fell for him. Is there anything else here? Sometimes I put little things in here I want to see real quick. One more time. Here's your things come in threes. Okay, so I guess that's it. I just wanted to show that off. Seriously though, but I didn't really know that. He just said something to her and she just immediately fell for him. Damn. Huh. Alright. Anyway, I think that's going to conclude this particular part. I just wanted to show off something like a bit of a semi-funny or cute moment, whatever you want us to call it. Anyway, I'll catch you later. See if I can do one more